Okay. Trust me, it does.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it.
There are different levels and percentages when it comes to the different ethnicities and races of men and women that can be affected or can contract HIV. The disease itself does not discriminate. Today we're going to discuss the different ways that HIV can enter into the body. It's very important to be aware and be informed. The first way is through semen. It's important to be aware that the HIV itself actually lives inside the semen. Outside, not only does it live in semen, it also lives in vaginal fluids. And not necessarily not the fluid of urination, but a woman's vaginal fluids, such as an orgasm. The third way that HIV is able to enter into the system is through blood. If a person cuts their finger and comes in contact with another person who's cut their finger, it can be transferred that way, and also through breast milk. So remember, through semen, vaginal fluids, blood, and breast milk, these are definitely 4 ways that are high-risk factors in a person contracting AIDS. And it's also oral sex. Oral sex meaning vaginal or blowjobs. Partners that have a lesbian and homosexuality relationships, and those partners that participate in oral sex, they also have a high risk of contracting or passing the disease as well. If I'm pregnant and I was to engage in oral sex with someone who has HIV, my vaginal fluids or her vaginal fluids can be a factor in the disease being contracted and passed as well. It's also important to know that if I was to perform oral sex on a man who had HIV, I'm able to contract it that way. Regarding anal sex, in case someone didn't know, is when a man's penis penetrates the anus. That, of course, indeed begin to stretch the anus hole a little wider, which can cause bleeding. That can also be a leading factor in how the disease is contracted and transferred. Very painful. But it is also a fact that this is how the disease can be passed. Of course, also keeping in mind that the traditional form of sex between a man and a woman, penis to vagina, the disease can be contracted and passed as well. Sharing needles intravenously is also a factor in a person catching or passing the disease of HIV. It's very important to know that if you're a drug user, for example, it's important to know that your needle should be kept for yourself. Do not pass your needle or share your needle, because the needles at this point become contaminated if they come in contact with the person who has HIV. Then after sharing that needle with another person, then of course the disease has been passed on as well. So keep your needle to yourself, let the other person keep their needle, and this is a way that you can be safe at the same time if you're engaging in the usage of needles. Most importantly, enjoy yourself. Have a happy, healthy sex life. It's important to inform those around you, and it's important to, once again, inform yourself. Remind yourself of the different list of things and different ways that HIV can be contracted as well as passed to another person. Keep those things in mind. Share that information with others. This way you can continue to live and have a happy, healthy sex life. Thank you. I appreciate you all coming out today. I hope that this was beneficial information for you. Take the beneficial information and share it with those around you. Share with your loved ones. Share with your family. Share with your friends. Remember to support those who have HIV. Sometimes people have misperceptions that the people who have HIV are people to be discriminated against. This shouldn't be the case. We should be continuously supportive of those who have HIV and continue to inform others around us so that they can be aware how to contract the disease and how to prevent themselves and others from catching it. Again, thank you for coming.